Hello, my friend. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to gently remind you that your presence is enough. Your willingness to listen is a beautiful step, and right where you are, yes, even in the midst of what might feel like worry or uncertainty, you are safe, you are loved, and you are about to reconnect with something very special within yourself. Let's sit together for a while and speak heart to heart. So often we carry the weight of financial struggle as if it defines who we are. It can feel heavy, even exhausting, can it? Sometimes it may seem like the world is moving ahead while you're standing still, questioning your worth, doubting your path, and wondering if anything will ever change. If you've ever looked at your reflection and quietly asked, "What more can I do?" then let me hold your hand for a moment and remind you, you are not alone. There is more waiting for you, and it begins not out there, but within your own beautiful mind and spirit. When we talk about money, we are really talking about energy. It's not just paper or numbers on a screen. It's how we feel about ourselves, how we see our place in the world, and how open we are to receive. So many of us were taught to see money through fear, fear of losing it, fear of needing it, fear of not having enough. But today, we gently soften those fears, like smoothing out the creases in an old piece of fabric. There's no shame in what you felt. There's no guilt in what you've experienced. All of that was part of the journey, and it brought you here to this moment, where a new way is ready to unfold. Financial healing doesn't begin with a better job or a bigger opportunity. It begins with the belief that you are worthy of wealth, not just surviving, but thriving. Let's breathe into that idea together. Inhale deeply, and now gently exhale. Feel the space that opens when we let go of tightness. That space is where new energy comes in. That space is where the miracle begins. You see, the universe is always listening, not to the words we say once or twice, but to the energy we live in. If we live in fear, the world reflects it. If we carry guilt or self-doubt, that's what comes back to us. But when we shift into love, into trust, into a deep knowing that we are supported, life begins to echo that love back to us. And yes, it even shows up through money, through surprise blessings, through support we didn't expect. You are never stuck. You are never forgotten. There is always a way, and it starts with how we treat ourselves at this very moment. Let's try something gentle and simple. Close your eyes or soften your gaze and speak quietly within yourself. I am open to receive. Just that. I am open to receiving. Not because you've earned it through struggle, not because you've suffered enough, but because you are willing. Willingness is the doorway. Openness is the key. When we open our hearts, we let the universe pour in new answers, new strength, and new opportunities. You don't have to know how it will happen. You just have to begin by saying yes. Now let's take another gentle step. Money, like water, flows toward what is open. It avoids what is closed or rigid. And so, our thoughts, when tight, when fearful, can block the very good we are asking for. But when we loosen our grip, when we say, "I trust life," we become like a riverbed ready to be filled. Life is not punishing you. It never has. It's simply waiting for your inner shift. That shift begins with kindness. Kindness to yourself. Kindness to the thoughts you think. Kindness to the wounds that have not yet healed. Sometimes we try to force our way into financial miracles. We search and push and exhaust ourselves. But true miracles are born in stillness. They're born in softness. When we soften, we begin to hear the quiet guidance that has always been with us. Maybe you felt it before, a gentle nudge, a moment of calm clarity. That voice within you is wise. That part of you already knows what to do, and that part is listening now. So today, let's speak with love. Let's offer ourselves thoughts that nourish instead of drain. Let's say, I am willing to release fear. We don't have to know how, just be willing. I am willing to welcome prosperity. And yes, I am worthy of financial miracles. Let these words wash over you like sunlight warming your skin. There is nothing you need to force. Just allow. Just breathe. As we begin to understand how energy and money are connected, let's look a little deeper. Think of money as a mirror. It doesn't judge. It doesn't punish. It simply reflects. When you feel deserving, money often flows. When you feel ashamed or afraid, it may appear to pull away, but the mirror is neutral and the reflection can always change. This is empowering because it means that you have the power, through love, to shift the reflection. You are not broken. You are becoming. And now, I'd like to share something tender and sacred with you, something that many wise ones have practiced quietly for generations. It's the use of simple, everyday things to call forth change, salt and mirrors. These are not magical in the sense we often think. They don't hold power on their own. What gives them power is your intention, your focus, your belief, your loving presence. When we use salt, we cleanse. When we use a mirror, we reflect. Together, they help us release what no longer serves and invite in what our heart truly desires. Let's begin by understanding salt. Salt has always been known as a purifier. In ancient times, people would place bowls of salt in corners of their homes to absorb stagnant energy. They understood that salt didn't just flavor food, it helped clear the invisible burdens that lingered in a space. You can do this too. When you feel the weight of worry or tension in your home, place a small bowl of sea salt in the room. Let it sit quietly, drawing out the fear, the doubt, the residue of lack. After a day or two, discard it, gently, respectfully, knowing that what was once heavy has been released. And the mirror, oh, the mirror is so special. It shows us what we believe. When we stand before it and speak with love, we reprogram not just our thoughts, but our energy. Using a mirror is not about vanity. It's about the truth. It's about looking into your own eyes and saying, I love you, I forgive you, I believe in you, and yes, you are worthy of wealth. When you combine the clearing power of salt with the reflecting power of a mirror, something beautiful begins to happen. You create a sacred space where old stories can fall away and new energy can enter. I'll walk you through how to use this in a very gentle, loving way. But first, I want you to know something. You don't need anyone else to bless your life. You don't need permission to rise. You don't need to be perfect to be prosperous. All you need is willingness to try, to trust, and to let love in. As we continue, let's return to our breath. Breathing in deeply and exhaling slowly. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your heart open. With each breath, you are making room for more good to flow. That's the miracle. and it's already beginning inside of you. Let's keep going, my friend. There is so much more waiting for you. Now that you've opened your heart and begun to soften the patterns of fear, we can begin to create something truly sacred together. There is something beautiful about honoring your desires through intention. When you treat your desires with care, when you handle them like precious seeds to be planted, then the universe begins to respond with the same tenderness. The salt and mirror practice is not about superstition. It is about reverence. It is about coming back to yourself, returning to your inner wisdom, and saying, I am ready to create a new experience. So let's walk step by step together and create a gentle, loving ritual that allows you to connect with your financial worthiness in a whole new way. First, find a quiet space. This is your time. Let the world fall away just for a little while. You might want to tidy the area, only if it feels good to do so. This isn't about perfection, it's about presence. When you care for your space, you signal to life that you are making room for beauty, for flow, for prosperity to enter. Next, you'll need two simple items, a small mirror and some natural salt. Sea salt or Himalayan salt is wonderful, but whatever you have will do. What matters is your intention, not the price tag. Place the mirror on a table or flat surface where you can sit comfortably in front of it. The mirror represents truth, not judgment, but clarity. It reflects the thoughts and energy you bring to it. And salt. Salt will be placed in a small bowl beside the mirror. It holds the energy of purification. It absorbs what no longer serves and clears a path for what is ready to enter. Before you begin, pause. Close your eyes. Place your hand over your heart. Feel it beating. That's life loving you. That's your soul reminding you you are enough. Now say softly, inside or out loud, I choose to see myself as worthy of wealth. I release old energies of fear and lack. I open myself to miracles. Feel the meaning behind those words. You don't have to believe every word fully yet. Just let the possibility of believing enter your space. Now sit before the mirror, look into your eyes, not to criticize, not to judge, but simply to witness. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Just be present, speak kindly. You might begin with, I see you, I love you, I know you've done your best. Then gently invite your intention. I am ready to receive financial miracles. I am ready to experience new flow. As you speak, notice how the words feel. Let them rise from your heart, not just your mind. Place your bowl of salt near the mirror and imagine it absorbing all the old thoughts that told you wealth wasn't for you. Imagine it pulling away every ounce of guilt, every drop of shame, every tight knot of fear. Let it sit there as your quiet helper, working in the background as you begin to align with your truth. Stay as long as you like. There is no rush. Even a few minutes is enough to shift your energy. When you're done, you can thank the salt for its service. Leave it out for a day or two if you wish, then dispose of it with gratitude, perhaps into running water or the earth, knowing that what no longer belongs to you is being carried away. This ritual is not about forcing a result. It's about creating space. It's about aligning your thoughts, your body, and your spirit in the same loving direction. Every time you do this, you strengthen the signal you send to life. I am ready. I am worthy. I received it. And now that your energy is beginning to shift, we'll move deeper into the place where change truly begins. The thoughts you repeat, the beliefs you carry. So many of us were taught limiting ideas about money. We were told it was hard to come by, that we had to work endlessly for it, or that wanting more made us greedy. These beliefs were never the truth. They were only stories, passed down, absorbed, repeated, and just as they were learned, they can be unlearned. Your thoughts are not fixed. They are not locked in stone. They are like clouds floating by. And when you decide to choose new ones, ones that support, ones that uplift, you begin to build a new sky above you, a new atmosphere, one that allows prosperity to land and bloom. Start by listening to your inner voice with kindness. When you hear yourself say, "I can't afford that," pause. Gently respond, "I am learning to allow abundance." If you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never get ahead," take a breath and affirm, "Life supports me in every way." You're not denying your reality. You're creating space for a better one. Let's try a few affirmations together, softly, like a lullaby. Money flows to me in ways I could never expect. I am worthy of financial comfort and joy. I trust the universe to provide all I need and more. You can write these down, say them aloud, whisper them to yourself as you wash your hands, as you walk, as you rest. Let them become the background music of your day. Over time, your subconscious begins to accept them as familiar. And what we accept as familiar, we begin to live. And if you feel resistance, that's okay. Resistance is just an old voice, afraid of change. Meet it with love. Speak to it gently. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I am ready to grow now. You are not fighting against yourself. You are nurturing a new garden within. And every kind word, every loving thought is like water and sunlight for that garden. Now take a few moments each day to reflect. Ask yourself, what story am I telling about money today? If the story is one of fear or lack, simply notice it. Then ask, what new story can I choose instead? Maybe the new story is, I am supported, or I am learning to receive. Write it down, speak it, let it live in your heart. Remember, change does not require pressure. It requires consistency and love. Like a plant growing quietly toward the sun, your thoughts will bloom into new realities when you care for them gently, day after day. Affirmations are not just phrases, they are seeds, and every seed carries the code of something beautiful, ready to grow when given time and love. You are already doing the work. You are already shifting the energy. Even now, as you listen, your spirit is softening, your mind is opening, and your heart is whispering, "Yes, this is what I've been waiting for. Let's keep going. The miracle is unfolding." Beautiful soul, now that you have opened yourself to new thoughts and begun practicing with love, it's time to weave these ideas into your daily life. A single moment of clarity is a powerful beginning, but a life begins to transform when that clarity becomes a gentle rhythm, something you return to again and again, not with force, but with devotion. Let's talk about how you can carry this energy with you throughout the day. You don't need to set aside hours or perform grand gestures. True change happens in the smallest, quietest choices. It happens when you speak kindly to yourself in the mirror, even for 30 seconds in the morning. It happens when you take one conscious breath before responding to a stressful moment. It happens when you place a bowl of salt on your desk, not as decoration, but as a gentle symbol of the energy you choose to welcome. Financial miracles are not always lightning bolts from the sky. Often they arrive as peaceful nudges, as new ideas, as ease in a conversation where there used to be tension. They show up in the way you carry yourself, the confidence in your voice, the faith in your eyes. Miracles meet you when you meet yourself with love. Let that be your practice. Each day, try one simple act of intention. It could be lighting a candle with a whisper of gratitude. It could be placing your hand over your heart and saying, "I am safe." Or it could be opening your wallet and blessing it, not for what it holds now, but for the energy it will soon carry. When you treat money with love, it begins to respond in kind. You shift from chasing to attracting, from fearing to trusting. And when old patterns arise, because they will from time to time, do not punish yourself. You are not going backwards. You are revisiting the wound with new eyes. Meet it again, but this time from the strength of who you are becoming. Say to yourself, "This too is healing. I am growing in love." Begin each morning with intention, end each evening with reflection. Ask yourself, where did I honor my worth today? Even if the answer is small, perhaps you said no when you meant no, or allowed yourself to rest, it matters. These are the roots of lasting transformation, and they will lead you toward more peace, more grace, and yes, more abundance. I want you to feel the power of your presence. When you walk into a room, your energy speaks before you do. Let it speak of openness. Let it speak of joy. Let it speak of a person who believes deeply and without shame that they are worthy of wealth, ease, and flow. Not because of what they have done, but because of who they are. Money is not just about bills and numbers. It is about circulation. It is about love moving through the physical world. When you give with joy, when you receive with grace, when you trust the flow, you become part of a sacred dance. You are no longer surviving. You are in harmony. And remember this, abundance does not mean never feeling fear again. It means trusting yourself even when fear visits. It means having the tools to come back to peace again and again. You have those tools now. You have the mirror. You have the salt. You have your breath. You have your words. And most of all, you have your beautiful, willing heart. So today and every day forward, I want you to hold on to this truth. You are not asking for too much. You are remembering what you deserve. Financial miracles are not reserved for the lucky. They are the natural result of alignment, when your thoughts, your energy, and your actions reflect the truth of your worth. Speak this softly with me now, if you feel ready. I allow money to flow into my life with ease and grace. I am a magnet for wealth, joy, and blessings. I release fear, and I trust the loving rhythm of life. Let these words be the music you dance to, not just today, but every day. When doubt whispers, reply with kindness. When fear rises, meet it with faith. You are no longer the person you used to be. You are growing. You are expanding. You are aligning. And as you continue on this beautiful path, Remember that you are never alone. The universe is always responding to your love. It hears the quiet hopes you haven't even spoken. It sees the steps you're taking, and it is already rearranging itself in your favor. You don't need to do everything perfectly. You don't need to know every step ahead. You just need to trust this moment. Be gentle, be consistent, be open. You have already begun the miracle. And now, as we close this time together, I offer you one last blessing from my heart to yours. May every step you take from this day forward be wrapped in love, guided by peace, and showered with abundance. May you remember your worth, speak your truth, and trust that what you seek is also seeking you. You are safe, you are loved, you are ready.